What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great weekend. I've got a couple of lipless baits I'm going to share with you today that should be part of every trophy angler's arsenal. So let's dive into it. All right, I hope you guys are all doing well today. Get you straightened out a little bit here. I hope everybody's having a great holiday weekend. January is upon us. Before you know it, it'll be time for a lot of us to get back on the water. In some parts of the country, of course, they're already back out. Like the BFL down in San Antonio, I heard they just crushed a guy down there, just crushed like 40 pounds in the BFL down there. So that's awesome. It's good to hear. It's good to hear guys are getting back out on the water and fishing. I'm looking forward to the season myself. I'm going to share with you today a bait that we all use when we get out on the water for the first of the season, a good reaction bait, and that is, of course, lipless baits. And this is a Daiwa TD Vibration. This is a 3/4 ounce bait that I'm holding right here. Some would say, you know, pretty decent size, which it is. These are the Gill Sonics from Imakatsu. These are 1.2 ounces, and they are for big fish. Not that small fish will not hit them. I've experienced that. I believe all anglers starting out, they underestimate what largemouth bass and smallmouth, but largemouth mostly will strike. And they will strike huge baits. You know, 10 inches, 12 inches is not out of the question by no means. I first found these about 4 years ago. I want you to look at that, guys. Look at that bait. That is a beautiful bait. This is gill. I'm pretty sure this is the gill pattern I'm showing you. Awesome rattles. If I'm correct, I believe those are size 2/0 or 3/0 trebles. Just a awesome profile bait. You would think when you think rattle traps, you don't necessarily think of baits in the 1.2 ounce class, but these are phenomenal baits and should not be left at home by no means or discounted. As you can see, they've got 2 line ties. One is for a standard cast and reel retrieve, and the other one is further back that you can use for a jigging method. You want to throw out and maybe fish a little deeper like you would a spoon, something like this. Could you imagine having a bait like this out in about 15-20 foot of water out on a ledge, jigging, and you're going behind anglers who are fishing spoons, and you come by with a bait like this? The fall on these things is incredible. They have a spot on here where you can attach another stinger if you like. I've never used it. I have found that if they commit to a bait this size, they're committing to it, and they usually hit it. But you can see the profile of that thing. Very nice. This is the 3/4 ounce TD Vibration. This is the 1.2 ounce Gill Sonic. It's really, guys, if you think about it, it's a swim bait, you know, a small swim bait size. So it should not be intimidating whatsoever. Hey, and myself included, I felt that way when I first started fishing. I would shy away from the very large baits, but in today's waters, with the amount of pressure we're getting and how many people are on the water, going to one extreme or the other seems to entice more strikes. And a lot of times we tend to steer towards the smaller side of things, and go, finesse style, which that's okay. I do it a lot myself, but it does not hurt to try the other spectrum. Go on the other side and try extra large baits. This is I believe this is the white crappie color. The one of the reasons somebody asked me this. One of the reasons I love JDM baits. One is they're ahead of us in bait tech. It's just that simple. Real tech. Not that there's not good domestic companies. There's great domestic companies. I use a lot of domestic baits. Baits like this, I want you to look at the paint job on this thing. This is more of a clear water bait. You can see it's translucent. You can see, look at that. That is a beautiful bait. Rattle traps, guys. Lipless Crankbaits, 1.2 ounce class. You get you a good swim bait rod, or if you can't afford one, that's fine. A flipping stick, something like that that has a nice tip to it, and throw this on. Depending on your water clarity and what your conditions are, 20-pound fluoro or braid if you're not fishing around too much wood. Could you imagine ripping a bait like this out of grass beds? And I can tell you that one thing comes to mind when thinking about this bait, and I'm sure you guys have already thought it, and that's spawn. They will not allow a bait like this, a profile of what there is one of their natural enemies during the spawn, to come near their bed. So you can imagine burn and stop and kill it right on the bed. Man, yes sir, it's going to get strikes. Baits like these I've done well. I haven't had much time with the gill sonics, but I have thrown them, and I've just on straight retrieves. Of course, with a nice little pop here and there, disrupting the cadence has got these got bites on these. See, they got a nice flat on top. Just listen to that. Awesome rattles, guys. Very sharp hooks. They look like gamakatsus. I don't want to fib to you. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm hoping you can see that. You look at the paint job on that thing. That's a straight up bluegill if you ever seen one. Complete with the fin. Awesome, awesome bait, guys. I think they call them, they have some other gill sonics. These are the magnums. You don't see many of these around. And that's the thing about a lot of baits. It used to be guys would keep them, keep them under wraps. But, as anglers, the only way you get better is if you share and you fish with other anglers and share knowledge. I learn just as much as I share. So baits like these, guys, should not be shied away from. Rattle traps this size, going behind other anglers throwing the standard rattle traps. I could see it. I'm hoping I get more time this year than last year, of course. I can see these doing well, and I will. This will be one of the baits I will spotlight on some underwater bait footage I got coming. I'm just waiting on the weather to turn. We've got our waters here are extremely muddy, but good Lord willing, I'm hoping to get out at the end of January. There's some tournaments starting up in February. I want to go enter and fish, and while I'm practicing, I'm gonna get some footage of some awesome baits like these, guys. Gamakatsu Gill Sonic 1.2 class rattle traps, not for the faint of heart, but for anglers who are looking for something a little different and who don't shy away from the big baits. This is for you right here. I really appreciate, guys, your comments and your likes. I'm on Instagram really heavy, like I've mentioned, at Southern Basser _ Check me out on there. I got a lot of baits on there. I'm gonna move those baits from there to here on YouTube and show a little bit better shots of them, let you guys get a better look of them, and of course we'll transfer it out to the water and get some on the water footage. But I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. God bless and tight lines, guys.